Hey folks, Coach Grandpa here. Bullet one, I'm back here. Want to go over it. I don't want to take too long about this, but I need to break this down so I can figure out where I went wrong. Because I only lasted 4.5 hours. Not good. But let's take a look at this. World Series of Poker, the $300 Gladiator. The Gladiator event. So, right off the bat, I'm not complaining or anything. It's just I didn't adjust for the magnitude of this tournament. This tournament is ridiculous. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. And I'm not complaining. I just couldn't adjust, and it kind of put me off guard, and I felt like it's going to change my math, and I don't know why I worried about that. But what it was is they had 10 to a table. And that freaked me out. And then right off the bat, at our table, this whale, and I mean, she was, well over 300 pounds, but she grabbed her chair and put it right in the middle, right in front of the dealer. So it squished everybody over from the 5 seat to the 1. This squished us. And so she was the 6. The dealer, it's supposed to be 50 and 50, 5 and 5. She's so used to playing 9, she thought she was supposed to be in the middle. So we kept on asking her to move, and she just scooted an inch. It's like, no, you got to move. So finally a dealer told her to move. So I'm playing tilted over there, shoulder to shoulder. Dealer's throwing cards, and we're not sure whose card is who. It's like, good God. Several missed deals because of that. People grabbing the wrong card, they're bouncing around. And all it has to do is be offline an inch, and it's in my lane. I only have a 4-inch lane. From the dealer to me is about 6 all the way to about 4 inches to 6 to 8 inches. That was my lane. I'm freaking out, going, Jesus Christ, man, scoot the fuck down. So I was in the, I believe it was the number 2 seat. Really frustrating. But 10 players, I didn't adjust. And, it started out, we were starting out playing with 7. Started with 7 players. So I figured, okay, my window's supposed to be wider. So got my effective stack up to 41,000. You start with 30. And people are getting knocked out. I'm playing aggressive, or I should say I'm playing a lot of hands. And they're not hitting. I'm playing 8-7 of diamonds suited, and I didn't raise. I'm playing the best ace-10 combination I ever had was the very last hand, and ace-10. I had ace-10, and my 10 hit, and this lady bet real big. She bet pot, dunked right in front of me. But I didn't raise, and she got in the pot on the small blind, cheap. A min raise. I just called the min raise. I flatted with my ace-10. I should have re-raised the third bet. So those were mistakes. I made 6 mistakes, and 5 of them was I didn't re-raise when I was supposed to. And when I did, it backfired on me. And that's when I started noticing, there's 10 of us now. And I didn't keep track of that. We were 7 people coming. I didn't close my window, tighten up my window. And when there's 10, you need to tighten your window up even more, because there's an extra hand, and I call it the cooler hand. Tell me if I'm wrong, but mathematically, when 9 players and you get all the way to the river, you only play with 26 cards. There's 26 cards left in the dealer's hand. So when you're all done, you see that dealer counting those cards, 1, 2, 3, 4. She's counting to make sure there's 26, so she didn't mess up. She's praying to God, man, I hope there's 26 when she gets all the way to the river. So with the extra person, now it's 24. Her math is different. Each street. So I don't know. I guess I put too much emphasis on math. But let's talk about this hand the last hand that I messed up. God, I messed up. God, I'm so pissed off. I don't know why I did this. I played the GTO and I played the talk game. But let me show you. Let's go to my graphics here. Let me show you what I did here. Let me grab my pen. Okay. I'm at the cutoff. Hero. I get to be the hero. And our villain is going to be under the gun. And there's 10 players. And I know it was one blind ante. This is the big blind, and 1,000 ante and 1,000 big blind. And the small blind was 1,000. So I'm going, okay, I put in just as much as the big blind, but he put in the antes for everybody. So right off the bat, I've been so card dead, I noticed I started looking at my hand before it was my turn. Right when I got him, I'd look at him. I noticed I was doing that, eager to find a hand. So that's not good. That is not good. And so I immediately, when I dealt my cards were dealt to me, I immediately looked at them, saw that I had big slick offsuit, and I immediately started watching the guy under the gun. And it was an old guy, and he just got there. And he got there with 30 grand, and I just realized, I go, okay, that's the new guy. He's going to play his first hand. And he went down to bet, and he didn't know what to bet. So he grabbed like 3 chips, $3,000. And then he put one back, and he min-raised to 2,000. So he min-raised to 2,000. So let's put that in there. The under the gun +1 calls. He calls the 2,000. And then it folds all the way to me. So now I'm thinking, okay, I got to get rid of one of these guys. There can't be 2 guys. I don't want to call. I've been calling all day. This is where I need to re-raise. So I re-raised to 650. 6,500. I immediately started watching because I knew he had a good hand, but I don't know what. I figured he had a pair because he's under the gun. I figured, okay, what does he have? 9s, 10s, jacks. And then when he went down, he was gonna flat call. He was just gonna call. He grabbed the black chip, and it looked like he was gonna drag back one. No, he was gonna throw it in. That's right. He was looking to make change. And then I noticed I thought he was looking to make change. This is where my reads are getting pretty bad at this time. Only 4 hours in. God dog it. So then I go, okay, he's trying to make change. Well, let the dealer make change. Just throw the 5 in. Throw the 5 in. So he grabs his whole stack and goes all in. I'm going, whoa, I did not. This blew me off my value. The next guy next to him folds. So I'm thinking, okay, that was probably 2 of my outs. Because I have big slick. This guy has a big pair now. I'm putting him on queens, jacks. I don't know if it's aces. But then I'm thinking, just the way he acted, I always felt these are jacks. He doesn't know how to play jacks. He wanted to call. He didn't know how to bet under the gun, and he min raised. So that's jacks. And 10s, that's in that category. God dog it. So I immediately asked him right off that, you think your queens are good? You think your jacks are good? Because you know your 10s aren't. And he was so cold. He never looked. God, the new player, and I'm trying to get information and trying to figure out stuff. And all the information I got off of him was a guess. Couldn't verify nothing. God dog it. So I was in the tank for a while. And then I called. And he showed me kings. Kings. Pocket kings. The one thing I was so worried about, it knocks my outs down to, well, then right when that happened, he sits there and says, I folded, Big Slick. I go, yeah, you're smart, I'm not. And the run out, there wasn't a card larger than a 10 out there. So if I would have just flatted, I would have been able to get away from this hand. If I was smart, I would have got away from this hand. But these are the things you gotta learn. I hope I learned. All right. Well, tell me in the comments, how bad was that? Should I have even raised? Should I have? I don't know. I thought I played it right. Just made a bad call. If I was suited, I would have gave myself a better percentage, but I don't know. I don't think GTO says I was supposed to call. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Bullet 1. Tomorrow's bullet 2. I was aggressive today, more so than I've ever been in my life. Took down a lot of pots just because I had equity in the bets. Now, I hit the board, middle pair bet. So I was proud of myself doing that. So day 2, let's see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.